Let's just start with a quote that completely shatters everything you think you know about strength. You see this massive physique and you think unstoppable, right? But in the world's most brutal arenas, that exact same muscle is actually a liability. It's a ticking time bomb.
So could the peak physique possibly survive the peak operator's job interview? I mean, look at them. They are worlds apart for a very, very good reason. And we're about to break down the hard science of why the body built for show would absolutely fall apart under the pressure of a test built for go.
First things first, let's talk about the biggest failure point. And it has nothing to do with strength, it's all about the engine. See, a bodybuilder is like a top fuel dragster, built for one explosive 8-second burst of power. But Special Forces selection? That's a non-stop multi-day endurance race from hell. It's the wrong engine for the wrong race.
And this chart says it all. It's all about what energy system you're using. You've got the operator over here, who lives in Zone 2. That's all-day, efficient, aerobic performance. Then you've got the bodybuilder, who trains for short burst and aerobic power. That's great for one massive lift, but it's totally useless on a 40-mile trek through the mountains. Selection isn't a sprint, it's a marathon that's designed to break you.
This brings us to a super important concept called the metabolic tax. You gotta understand this. Every single pound of that show muscle is like a parasite. It's constantly screaming for oxygen and calories. And during an endurance event, that tax isn't just high, it's catastrophic. It bankrupts your entire system. The body redlines, and then it just shuts down.
And here's the logistical nightmare fuel: 6,000 calories. That's what it takes every single day just to maintain that muscle mass. Out in the field, you're lucky if you get a fraction of that. You're in a massive caloric deficit from the moment you start. So for a bodybuilder, missing a meal isn't a small problem. It's the beginning of a total system collapse. The machine literally starts to eat itself to survive.
Okay, so we've established the engine is a complete disaster, but it actually gets worse. Let's talk about the physical burden. Because it's not just about fuel, it's about the fact that all that mass becomes a crushing weight.
This really puts it into perspective. You start with a 250-pound frame. The stress on your joints is already huge. Now let's go ahead and throw a 60-pound pack on top of that. That load becomes completely unsustainable. We're talking about stress fractures, cartilage grinding away. The frame simply wasn't built to handle that kind of load.
And mechanically, it's a train wreck. All that bulk kills your range of motion, so good luck climbing anything. Basic tactical movements, like a low crawl, forget about it. And all that muscle mass acts like a giant furnace, so you overheat constantly, leading to dehydration. It's the perfect storm of physical failure.
And here's the crazy part. Under all that stress and starvation, the body goes into what's called a catabolic state. It's desperate for fuel, and guess what looks like a 5-star meal? All that expensive muscle you've built. The body literally starts cannibalizing itself, which leads to rapid muscle loss and the most painful cramps imaginable.
So, the engine's blown, the chassis is crumbling, but the final wall, the one that's impossible to get over, is all in the head. The psychology that builds a champion bodybuilder is the absolute polar opposite of what forges an elite operator.
This quote just nails it. An operator's whole goal is to be the gray man. You know, blend in, be efficient, get the mission done. Ego will get you killed. Bodybuilding? Well, it's a sport built almost entirely on a look at me foundation. That mindset just doesn't work when bullets are flying.
I mean, just picture the two different worlds. The gym is a sterile, controlled environment. It's predictable. The feedback you get is a satisfying pump in the mirror. But the operator's world? It's pure, unpredictable chaos. It's not about how you perform at your best. It's about how you perform when you're at your absolute worst. Freezing, starving, completely exhausted. You just can't forge that kind of mental toughness in a comfortable gym.
All right, time to recap the science. Let's do this rapid fire. This is exactly why the idea of a muscle-bound super soldier is pretty much just a myth. First, metabolic liability. All that muscle is a gas-guzzling engine that's way too big and way too hungry for an endurance race. Second, mechanical disadvantage. The size is a liability. It kills mobility, gets in the way of basic movements, and causes the whole system to overheat.
Third, accelerated breakdown. All that weight destroys your joints, and your own body starts eating your muscle for fuel.
And finally, number 4, mindset mismatch. It's the look-at-me gym culture versus the mission-first culture of the field. They are fundamentally incompatible.
So, it really all boils down to this one simple question.
What is your fitness actually for? If you take away the mirrors and the ego, is it built to perform when everything has gone completely wrong? Is your fitness for show or is it for go?